Hey guys, wanted to talk this morning a little bit about heart rate variability and why it can, or how it can help you predict injury and illness if you're interested in that sort of thing. So your heart beats at a fairly consistent rate per minute if you're just resting, but the time between those heartbeats actually varies. So it doesn't, and that variation is very small. It's like a couple milliseconds or more than that, depending on what your heart rate variability is. And the body, that changes with time. So if you're more revved up, you're going to have less heart rate variability. If you're more relaxed, more recovered, you're going to have more heart rate variability. And heart rate variability is good because it indicates that your body is able to respond to stressors and adjust, and in general, variability is good. So how it can help you predict injury and illness is, so when you're more tired, more stressed out, your sympathetic nervous system is driving a bit more, which means you're going to have less heart rate variability. When you're more relaxed, you're more recovered, like you slept well, you didn't go out the night before, your nutrition's on point, you're going to have more heart rate variability. So how this helps you actually predict injury and illness is because your body changes before you can subjectively feel these changes. So say you've been training really, really hard and your heart rate variability decreases, indicating that maybe you need to take a step back, take a day off, do some active recovery, get a better night's sleep. You won't necessarily feel these changes, but your body can register them. And there's ways of tracking this so you can be aware of what your body's doing before you feel how things are changing, so you can better predict if you're going to get sick or injured, because it happens with both of those, and then you can scale back your training so that you don't overtrain and you do prevent that injury and you don't get sick. So there's two ways that you can use to track it that I'm aware of on a daily basis. One is HRV for training. It's an app. You can get it from the App Store. It's $10. I used this for I think a little over a year. You just take one measurement with your phone in the morning and it gives you a number. And that number, you can also enter metrics in, like how much you trained, how long it was, how hard it was, and it can keep track of training loads for you as well. But that can let you know before you go to the gym, like, hey, maybe I shouldn't push it quite as hard today, or hey, my body's telling me I'm ready to go. I can push this really, really hard today and see how much I can do. The other way to track it is using a band called Whoop, which I switched to after about a year of HRV for training. It gives you a little bit more reliable data, but it's more expensive. So it's a wearable that you wear 24 hours a day, and it computes your HRV when you're sleeping. So then in the morning, it gives you a recovery score, it tells you how you're doing, and then when you go to the gym, you can adjust, or you cannot go to the gym depending on what it tells you. Granted, objective measurements aren't the end-all be-all, and they should always be combined with like how you're feeling. It's important to take that into consideration too. But the reason why HRV or heart rate variability is important is because it gets computed basically before you're subjectively aware of how things are going on. So just a little tidbit of how you can use some biometrics to get a little bit more out of your training, feel a little bit stronger, feel a little bit better, and accomplish more in the gym. Have a great Saturday.